Hello, Taurus. Elsie here to do a reading for you. It is a bonus reading, my friends. How you be? I hope you're well. I hope you're really well. I'm here to do a bonus read for you, Taurus. I haven't been back to do bonus reads, and I was doing them pretty regularly there for a while, so I'm trying to get back into the swing of things of bonus reads. So let's do that. Let's find out what's going on for you. When I do a bonus read, I am... it is what it is, right? It could be today, tomorrow, next year. It is what it is here, Taurus. I am reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. All right. Let's find out what's going on for Taurus. My bull gang. Tell me what's going on for Taurus. Tell me what's going on for Taurians, please. Oh, and we're sort of on the precipice of a full moon in Leo. Do you have any Leo energy? Tell me what's going on with Taurus, please. We've got the Queen of Pentacles. There you are, all prim and proper. Staying inside the lines, Taurus. What's this? Tell me about the Queen of Pentacles. We've got the Four of Pentacles. There's something here you're not sharing. What is it? I feel like it's money or information. It feels like knowledge is power, is what Charlie just said. It feels like knowledge is power. I'm going to say that it feels like somebody here is holding back, showing other people how much you really want it, Taurus. So you might be being stoic with somebody here. The Queen of Pentacles is here, and we know what we know about the Queen of Pentacles is that she is, I say she, but it could be man or a woman, right? Feminine or masculine energy. Is the Queen of Pentacles is someone who is planned, right? This is Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy, Capricorn energy, but in a general reading, it's all three. Very planned. This person is a perfectionist. There's someone who doesn't do anything without knowing the consequences. I'm going to move really slow. This is someone who takes care of themselves on the outside, the inside. This is the pre-Empress energy. I'm learning things. I'm open to changing my mind. This is not someone who's stuck in their ways. Although it takes a little while. Maybe it takes them a little while. Maybe it's slow to make a decision. But this person's not stuck in their ways. They're a person who's willing to be flexible. I feel like you're holding back from some sort of like either giving an opportunity or receiving an opportunity. But it feels like right now you're holding on to what is solid, what I know. I'm holding on to, I'm not coloring outside the lines. I'm not doing anything crazy right now. I'm just holding on to what I know. It feels like you're holding on to practical things or practical energy, holding back on something, beginning something new, because it might be something that is quite emotional. The Queen of Cups has shown up on the bottom of the deck. There might be something deeply emotional here that you are not saying. You're not saying it for some reason. You're keeping it under wraps. Tell me more about this. We've got the Ten of Swords. Someone has really hurt you. Wow, Taurus. Somebody here I feel has really been hurt. I feel, Taurus, because the Ten of Swords has shown up here, that you have been betrayed. And it feels like it has something to do with Pentacles. This could be a financial thing. This could be something to do with your workplace. Maybe they overlooked you again for the promotion or the raise. It could be that this is someone who I feel that you did not expect was going to hurt you. Because the Tower's here with the Ten of Swords. Now, we're going to go into the Ace of Pentacles with the Tower. I feel like if this is a financial thing for somebody here, it feels like, I'm going to say that even though you were overlooked, you didn't get the raise, you didn't get the promotion, something here is about to show up for you. Something here is about to shift hard into some sort of new beginning, in some sort of solid new beginning, a new solid offer. So maybe you've been applying for jobs because you hate where you work. Something's coming up. It feels like something really shifts in your favor after some sort of betrayal or pain, being stabbed in the back by somebody, a friend, maybe someone at work. It could be something financial as well. But something here is about to shift. It almost feels like somebody here has been doing the absolute minimum. I'm not telling you how I feel. I'm holding that back, but I'm giving you the absolute minimum. I'm giving you 3-word answer in text, or I'm not doing overtime anymore. If this is the workplace thing, it feels like I feel betrayed because I'm the right one for the job. I'm the best friend you've got. I'm the one you can always count on. We've got the 10 of Pentacles. Yeah. You know, you are all of it. You are somebody who is a solid friend for the future, right? If somebody is on your side, Taurus, you will do whatever you can for that person, no matter what the ask is. You will always do whatever you can for that person to make sure that they have as much abundance as they need. And I don't always mean money, right? I mean that if somebody called you in the middle of the night, you'd be there. If the phone rang and at 3 a.m. your friend was stuck on the side of the road, you'd be there. Like, you're very loyal that way. We've got a lot of pentacles here, right? But I think that you're having some sort of internal shift, Taurus. Like, you know what? Maybe one day I'm just not going to be there anymore. That's what it feels like. It feels like this 10 of Swords has brought you to your brink of, you know what? Maybe you're going to get the new Taurus. Maybe there's something here that's shifting so hard that everybody's going to be scared of Taurus. I feel like, you know, Taurus, you're a person who will go into ghost mode, right? You're like, I was your friend. You could have had my friendship until the end of time. Or we were dating and you would have had my loyalty till the end of time. But now I'm just going to hold it all back. I feel, though, this is supposed to happen because when the tower shows up, that's major arcana, and you can't tiptoe around the tower. It does feel like you end up getting a windfall. And when I say a windfall, it's like if you've decided to leave this job, I feel like you decide that you're not giving them notice because a job comes up that gives you maybe 10 times what you were making. It feels like it all works out the way it's supposed to, because I feel like you are somebody who's been manifesting a bunch of things. You're creating the environment where people trust you, that you are loyal, you will always give them the shirt off your back, and I feel like somebody just did the last thing to Taurus. This person may have stabbed you in the back before, and you were like, yeah, but you understood. I understand why they did that. Maybe they've got trauma. Maybe you always going to make an excuse because you're going to wait. But after the 10th sword, I think you've had enough. Tell me what the 4 of Pentacles is. Because this feels like an abrupt, woo, I just pulled back my energy. That's what that feels like to me. 5 of Wands. Yes, yep. We've got the Temperance card. I better pull back before I say something that gets me fired, before I say something that gets me into a place that I can't come back from. Look at that. The King of Wands, Temperance, and the 5 of Wands. I think you just want to blow someone's shit up. That's what it feels like. I feel like you just want to say it. You want to do it. But, you know, the wisdom of the King of Wands is that I can control my fire. I still have fire. Don't ever underestimate the King of Wands. Just because they're not showing it on the surface doesn't necessarily mean they don't have the fire. They do. They're just controlling it with water, understand? Because Temperance is water and fire. It is the balance of both, right? It's a moment of alchemy. I feel like you, for now, have pulled your energy away from someone, something. You've gone inward. Because I feel like you have to recalibrate. It feels like the GPS is recalibrating here, Taurus, and you need a different plan. Because you are, I feel, ready to let the tower fall, and you don't care what the devastation is. Because, like, when you've pushed Taurus to the brink, Taurus doesn't really care what falls, doesn't really care who gets hit by the fallout. Taurus is just done, right? Go scorched earth, King of Wands, right? So, I feel like there is something building within you. The 5 of Wands is the internal struggle. I don't really want to say it. I'm trying to hold back. 4 of Pentacles. I don't really want to say it. I'm going to wait until the water balances the fire, and then I'm going to do it in a controlled way. But when you do it, the tower falls. Let's find out what happens here. Tell me about this. Taurus, I feel like this all works out the way it's supposed to. This is a situation that I feel you have been keeping steady on your own for a very long time. You've not been getting back what you've been giving. The 5 Pentacles is here. You've not been getting back what you've been giving. We've got 4, 5, 6. You've been giving a lot. Time, effort, energy, money, friendship. love ship, whatever it is, and I feel like you've not been getting it back. Tell me about the Tower. What happens when the Tower falls here? Why is the Tower falling? We've got the Four of Wands in the reverse. Oh boy. Okay. It shakes the whole foundation. The Emperor's here. Taurus. And the Three of Wands. Yes. Taurus, I feel like what happens here is the whole foundation falls apart and you don't give a shit. I'm just saying, you step into your Emperor's shoes and you look from the top of the castle and say, yep, that's imploding. That's terrible for you. That's imploding. I don't think you're running out to save anybody from the top of the castle, understand? I feel like what you're doing is turning your back on the chaos of the Tower and looking out into the future and saying, well, what am I going to do next? And I think that what you're going to do next is answer the call of this opportunity. It feels like there is an opportunity that's showing up here. It could be, like I said, right? Pentacles are abundance, right? So it could be money, time, effort, energy. It could be a job. It could be a new relationship. It could be a new person. But it feels like there's an offer coming in. I feel like this Tower is breaking some sort of foundation. I'm not happy here anymore. The Four of Wands being in the reverse is like, I'm moving out, or I'm selling the house, or I'm done with this relationship. I thought we were getting married. We've been engaged too long. It feels like somebody here steps into this Emperor energy and takes control of the situation. I think you're finally taking control of your future. And I think that the universe is showing up for you because the Ace of Pentacles is here. Tell me why the Ace of Pentacles is here. We've got the Two of Swords. It's your decision. Oh, gosh, the Death card. Look, you're really bringing heavy energy today. What's going on? Taurus, I feel like you're breaking out of the comfort zone. Yep. That's what's going on. This, Taurus, I feel like this Tower is the result of you finally making the decision that you did not want to make. Someone pushed you to the brink, friend. And I feel like you're finally making the decision in order to get balance in your own life. So I feel like there's an incoming opportunity, understand, right? Feels like there's an incoming opportunity, whatever it is to you. It feels like it's really good, but I feel like the Death card is here. And you have absolutely, completely detached. Look, Taurus will go from, I love you, I'll give you my heart and bleed for you, to, that's it. Close the door, put in the nails, put the slats of wood over. Don't even, if you see me on the street, cross the road. Like, Taurus will go scorched earth in about 8 seconds after the 10th sword, though. You can go over and over and over with Taurus, but after that, Taurus is going to say, nope. You'll take the driver's seat, you'll step into the Emperor energy, turn your back on the Tower and say, yeah, deal with your chaos. You made the chaos. So I feel like, Taurus, that this Death card is telling me here that you are coming out of your comfort zone, that you needed to do that in order to make balance for yourself. A very, very hard decision for you, Taurus, to do this, because it requires you cutting something out, like completely severing ties with someone or something. And I think you do it in a moment's notice. I don't think that you are, if it's an employer, I don't think you're giving them notice. I think you're like, you know what? It's a Friday afternoon and I deserve a Friday afternoon. And don't expect me back on Monday. I'll see you guys later. It feels like you're just absolutely done. Tell me about the Queen of Pentacles. What is this about? Please tell me what this is about. Tell me about Taurus. We've got the Knight of Cups. We've got the Magician. And we've got the Knight of Coins. Look, the thing is you never do anything without thinking it over, right? Ooh, there it is. Someone questioned your integrity. That's what it is. And so you're done. You're way past done. You figured out that somebody here is questioning your integrity. Someone here, I feel, that you possibly have been trying to work something out with, right? Because the Five of Swords isn't really going to sever things. We do have a difference of opinion, fundamental differences even sometimes, and we do argue about those things, but maybe we can agree to disagree. And I feel like the truth comes out, right? The Queen of Swords is here. The King of Swords is not playing. I'm telling you. I always tell you guys, like, this isn't a reading that's always for the sun sign. Please understand that. I could be reading for an Aquarius, a Libra, or a Gemini that has a moon, a rising of Venus, or a Jupiter sign that is Taurus, right? So I'm going to say that if you have air sign energy is specifically Aquarius, or you're dealing with an Aquarius, it feels like somebody here, their cutoff game is so pristine. The cutoff game is good because when you have the audacity, I'm going to say, to go up against this energy here and lie about this person, because this person is invested in the truth, has integrity. When the sun comes out and you realize that someone's questioning your integrity, that's what pushes you over the edge, Taurus. I feel like you were reassessing the situation because I feel like your intuition, Magician is here, your intuition was telling you that this person was maybe not exactly the person you thought that they were. The Knight of Cups is here, and the Knight of Cups is like fantasy energy. I think that you either fell in love with someone who you saw their potential, but it wasn't really who they were. The sun comes out and you see it for what it is, the truth. This person was smack talking you or questioning your integrity behind your back. I feel like you kept giving chance after chance after chance, and that's what this tells me here. You kept creating the environment for reassessment. Okay, well, let's reassess it and let's go back at it. You kept taking them back. Or you kept getting hurt at work. Okay, well, I can understand. Maybe that person had more education than me. It feels like you became this person, or you're becoming this person who's like, nope. No. We're not doing this anymore. No, I'm not doing that anymore. And the 10 of Pentacles is here with the 10 of Swords. I think that you're keeping all the beans in the jar at the fair for yourself, and you're saying, yeah, take a walk, friend, off a short pier. Take a long walk off a short pier. Tell me about this 10 of Swords. What happened, Taurus? What is about to happen? Maybe this hasn't happened yet and you're already bubbling under the surface like, yep, I can feel that tower coming. Tell me about the 10 of Swords. Ooh, Queen of Swords. It's a truth that's coming out here. You see the truth of something very clearly, and you're no longer in this place where you're giving chances, because the 8 of Swords is now in the reverse. I'm no longer reassessing it. I'm no longer thinking about it. I'm no longer stuck about what to do. I need to heal me. It's time for my wish fulfillment. I feel like this Queen of Swords tells me that you're just going to say it. Now, the Queen of Swords isn't really someone like the King of Swords. The King of Swords is just going to stick you with the sword and say, deal with your own. Here's the kit. Here's the first aid kit. Clean your own wound. The Queen of Swords is going to be very surgical. The Queen of Swords is going to give you little tiny bits and pieces of truth, is not going to cause a kerfuffle, but is going to be so quick and exact with putting up the boundaries that your head will spin. You won't even know. So I feel like this is what's going on. You're putting up the boundaries. You're realizing that someone here was never on your side. And this will be especially painful for those of you who this is a relationship reading for. But it does feel like you are dealing with this with swords. You're now taking all of the feeling out of it. You're now taking all the practicality out of it. And you're like, no, I'm taking my 10 Pentacles and I'm going. You don't get any more of this from me. Tell me what you're going to do in the future. What's this 10 Pentacles? We've got the page. You're going to take the new opportunity is what you're doing. You're going to take the new opportunity because I feel like you're done with not seeing. I feel like this illusion was that you see the potential in people that isn't really there. And so I feel like you saw the potential in somebody who actually just hurt you again. So I feel like when that happens, you close the door, you turn your back, you close the door, and that's it. That's it. Because you've got to do the right thing. And what people don't understand is Taurus, or the Hierophant, is always going to do the right thing. But I got to do the right thing by myself too. You got to do the right thing by yourself, for yourself. The devil energy is here, and I feel like you go into lockdown is what it feels like. You turn off the taps. Boom. No, you don't get any more access to me. The Page of Pentacles tells me I've now found a new friend group. I've now found a new job. I've found a new way of life or a new opportunity. And the 6 of Cups tells me I'm going to make the best of it. Don't worry about me. Yeah, I'm always going to have... the thing is that's the thing about forgiving and forgetting. I always say forgive. You have to forgive or you cannot be forgiven. That's what energy is about. If you cannot forgive, my friend, you cannot be forgiven. But tattoo on the inside of your damn eyeballs. Like, forgive, do not forget, because you're going to get stuck in this position again, where you're going to be giving, you're going to be giving time, effort, energy, money, whatever it is, to somebody who's just going to stick it to you again. So I feel like this 3 of Pentacles tells me you're off to build a new foundation. That's what it looks like here. So the tower's falling, Taurus, and something is coming to an abrupt end. And listen, couple days, we've got a full moon that's coming. Full moons are about release. Tell me what is the outcome. We've got the Eight of Pentacles. Look at that. Eight of Pentacles, Justice, and Knight of Wands. This thing is going to happen like a whip you never saw coming. Yep, it feels like it's whiplash. When I'm looking at the Knight of Wands, it feels like, I'm going to say that it was maybe a... when I get Pentacles up against the Knight of Wands, to me, that could be a situationship, but it doesn't have to be. It could be something that you stayed in that was very practical, that gave you balance at the time, but then you realize that the Knight of Wands, that it was unstable. It wasn't for you. I feel like you're getting your justice because you're the one that's giving the justice, my friend. You're the one that's turning your back because you don't have to settle for this anymore. That's what the Eight of Cups is, right? You don't have to settle for this anymore. And I really think that somebody deeply emotionally hurt you. So I think you're closing the door. And like I said, if this person ever sees you on the street, they better cross the road and walk on the other side. Just saying. I'm going to leave this right here. Thank you, Taurus, for being here and watching. I do appreciate you. I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back because I'm always back. Love you guys. Bye-bye.